trying to get rid of that broad.
Man, I met a Tamika about 2 summers ago. 2 years ago, I met Tamika, I think the middle of July. I can't lie, the first time I saw her, she was looking fly. Matter of fact, I would get
let me get some
she was
Optimos.
too. I kept playing ass girl. Say, what you about to do? Went to the counter, paid ass 5D. She started looking funny. Didn't pay no mind. I said, I got you, pulled out my money. Step back outside, we conversating, I'm checking out little mama. Had a session at the studio, so I got Tamika's number. 2 months passed, I called on the Tuesday, 2:30 on the cool. Her T. Jones answered, said Tamika has made home from school. Ma'am, if you don't mind me asking, how old is your daughter?
Met baby girl in the projects, it was summertime. Daisy Dukes with a halter top. Duke and Brace talking DUI. Knuckle down, I'm pulling over to the curb. I asked how old she was, she said I was grown. I said word, proceed with Eagle Feed. Quoting lyrics from my people, talking about the millennium sold out Cadillacs and Regals. Her whole conversation was about the lick. Say she from the city where we from, she want to represent. Licking her lips, and for a sip, smoking black and mild. Looking at her thigh, she pointed out, tatted stepchild. You with that? Represent that. Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass man.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass man.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
She'll get caught up in a cycle, hollering at a pimp. Her mama standing in the door, signaling, come here. Sundress, hat done in cornrows, contacts make her look Creole. She said she done look Benny hair once or twice before. I recognized the face, she said I dance, I know. I told him, come on, both of them, let's go. Tamika, look.
People think Tamika tripping now, cause Tamika stripping now. But Tamika ain't crazy now, Tamika got a little baby now. She learned too much early, everybody know what Tamika. When she was 15, her mother was 30, everybody know what Tamika. I ain't mad at you, just be careful and do what you do. Tamika, take care of that hard-headed son and get your revenue.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass man.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass man.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole up.
Look at you looking like that today. Look, mama, hey, what's your name?
Tamika.
Quit looking at me like that, baby girl. They say you just 15. Done told me about you look like you just too fine for your own damn good. But you can call me back when you hit 18 and I'll take you to the crib in the hood. Look at you looking like that today. Look, mama, hey, what's your name?
Tamika.
Quit looking at me like that, baby girl. They say you just 15. Done told me about you look like you just too fine for your own damn good. But you can call me back when you hit 18 and I'll take you to the crib in the hood.
Careful what you ask for, these streets ain't playing. You hit corners with a grown ass man.
Tamika started fast, but finally slowed up. Thought she was grown, cause her chest and butt was swole.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, happy Monday, How y'all doing today? Y'all know what it is. It's Real Talk with Jason Dixon again this week. I don't have any guests this week because I just decided that me and my brother, we had some great conversations last week, and I wanted to touch on some other topics this week. And y'all know my bro, Mr. 21 Joe is in the building. We wanted to actually talk on some things that actually, kind of hit our hearts and kind of really been hitting me in these holiday seasons and the things that are coming up and what everybody's going through. I've been seeing some real good conversations and some real things that people are wanting to say or wanting to do. So I just want to get into that today. let's talk about some real life things, man. Like, and one of the ones that I wanted to discuss, man, I literally saw a post top that said, when the main person who holds your family together, the wrench, so to speak, is gone, then the holidays hit different, right? And for a lot of people, that's true. I know for my personal experience, losing my dad, Thanksgiving is not Thanksgiving. It's not. It's a sad day because he died on Thanksgiving Day. So me and my sisters and my brothers, we're kind of disconnected
Okay.
from this holiday. You know what I'm talking about?
Right, right.
And it's a lot of things happening this year that haven't happened during the holiday times a lot. It's been a lot of, I don't know if a lot of people are paying attention to this, but it's been a lot of deaths this last end of this year. It's been a lot of real deaths. My significant other right now just lost her brother yesterday to a motorcycle accident. Him and three other people got hit by a drunk driver. It's a lot of things that's happening in this world, man, that I think we need to I want to take a break from my show and highlighting what we do to let's talk about some real things going on and really, really get into why. Why is it happening? 2024 kind of takes me back to what Cat Williams talked about, on the interview with Shay, when he said, hey, 2024 is the year of cleaning. It's a year of
Yeah.
cleansing. It's like everything is being cleansed that's wrong. And
Right.
I don't mean
Well,
that. Go ahead.
not so much as that was wrong, everything that was wrong. He just said that wherever you stand, now it's gonna be sunlight everywhere. You ain't gonna be able to hide it. You know what I mean? Whatever you is, you're gonna have to stand on that.
Right. And I think that is so true
Yeah,
because
you got to stand on that. Whatever it is, you got to stand on it, Jay. Whatever it is, whatever you're doing, whatever you think you're doing, when you think you're getting over on somebody, you think you're screwing somebody. Okay, here you go.
right. And I'm not even, and to say it like that, and yeah, what you're saying is absolutely true, but yeah, but what I wanted to speak on that about is, yeah, you're right. I hear everybody say you reap what you sow. This is not. But here's the thing though. We're also told that, hey, life's not perfect. People do things. And a lot of times what I've been trying to talk to people about is, you can say you reap what you sow, but I also believe that God helps you with situations. Yes, it may not be the right way to go about things, right? It may not be a drug dealer. Let's put it like this. And this is real talk. And I feel like you, my brother, we can really have this conversation. And it's going to, hopefully help somebody. Just because you sell dope does not mean you're a bad person,
Right, right,
right?
right,
It
right.
does not mean that you're messing up your community as everybody tries to get you to believe, or that because I always had to tell myself that if they didn't buy it from me, they were going to buy it from somebody. So let me go ahead and make the money I needed to make. But it was because I went into it because of the situation I was in. Because my mom, I would have never saw the drug game. I wouldn't have never saw gang, none of that. Had my mom not went to jail.
Yeah,
Had my
see, I was so
dad,
hard headed. I was so hard headed, didn't need to do it and did it anyway. And then it cost me some severity. You know what I mean?
right.
And it didn't cost me no penitentiary time, but it cost me a couple of severe opportunities in my life that I really, if I had been handling myself different, then that would have went totally different. But that's neither here
Absolutely.
nor there. That's neither here nor there. My dad pulled me out of it. He was a strong dude, so I
But
can't say
no,
nothing.
you can't say that's nor here nor there, because that part of the conversation is the part of the conversation I want to talk about too. Because I wanted to talk. I mentor kids who parents are well off and they don't have to get into it, but because they see it, so that's valid to what I'm saying. Just because, but then listen, what happens, and the reason why I'm saying these things is because then we become adults that grow into the mental distraction that people told us we were bad because we had to do what we had to do. So
Right,
therefore, you develop habits, right? It takes 21 days to develop a habit. Well, just imagine
right.
if you were hustling your whole life from the age of 13. It's just not going to end overnight because you decide to go to college and do the right thing, or you decide to do this. Because I remember jobs. I've never, and Top, you know me, I've never had a bad job. I've never had a job where I wasn't able to help my friends, help me, or help us grow. But I can say on some jobs, I didn't always do the best thing. I'll give you an example. 17 years old, had an assistant manager job at a Quick Trip. If y'all don't know what that is, it's a gas station up north. It's like a Buc-ee's, basically. But had an assistant manager job there. I got upset because I was so used to hustling and out in the streets that New Year's Eve, I'm used to having it where I'm with my family, we party, and I had my little boys at that time. And because they had promised me that I could get off at that time and have New Year's Eve off, they ended up letting the manager off and telling me I had to work. So I ended up robbing them for like $3,000 that night. I let all the food, everything. People coming there buying liquor. It's this price, and then ringing it out like, hey, he didn't want it. I had over 31 what they call exemptions, and they came to me the next day. I'm at home counting $3,500. You think I care that you telling me, well, we're not firing you, but we can't bring you back to work till we do an investigation. So ultimately, I'm fired. Okay, thank you. Then I went right back to what I was good at. So, but when you hear people, and the reason I'm saying this because we're coming into the reason I'm having these conversations is because you're coming into a realm where you say a lot of people are mentally distraught in 2024. It's a lot of people out here that don't have anybody checking up on them, anybody because they've been told that you're the black sheep so long, or told that we don't love you, or get away from us because you just keep doing bad things. Now, don't get me wrong, you do got to grow out of some things, but I think I've developed into that guy. I'd rather be around the black sheeps of the family. Go ahead.
I'd rather be around the go-getters, whichever one that is. So. White or whatever. Whichever they the go-getters, I want to be around them.
Right.
I stake my claim on that. But I understand what you're saying.
But I built my business around the people who have nothing and want it and got a dream, because part of that comes with motivating and letting other people go. And based on what we do, even at Nostalgic Radio, we talk to a lot of people that they have the ideas and don't know how to execute. And nobody's just giving it to them. Nobody's just, hey, man, let me help you. Everybody's about money. But in 2024, I hope people are waking up, because we're seeing people with money that is drowning right now. Literally.
They're drowning because they don't know what to do. And it's exactly what you're talking about. Somewhere we're going to have to put into something in order to get something out. Instead of just charging out, hey, okay, give me this. Okay, give me this. Okay, give me this. Sometimes you got to do some good work, and it comes back to you when you do it for the right reason.
Absolutely.
Just money. Where it comes a time then to where it's some opportunities that might come your way, or that could come your way, that won't come because of money. Right. And so people know that you bought your paper. So he ain't gonna take no deal. Shit, he charged me just to go remix my shit. I already paid him for this and asked him to remix it. He charged me again. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. When he didn't do it right the first time.
Right. But he gonna charge me again because his time is his money. Or her time, either way.
Absolutely. But that's where I'm looking at it from a point of trying to talk with people and have a conversation. That's why I told you I was hoping to cap some of my guys so we can have a round table. But a lot of everybody was, the holidays, they're trying to work the overtime. They're trying to do the things they got to do, and I commend them. Shout out to all of them. But it comes a time when you got to put a foot in the right direction. It comes a time when you got to give the man upstairs his just dues and say, hey, you bless me. I was telling somebody today, Top, They said, "Do you pray every day?" And I said, "I pray every day, every night, every second. When as I'm walking throughout the day, you're gonna see my lips moving, and you see me do it. It looks like I'm talking to myself, but really it's me and him." And I said, "And I don't ask for nothing. At what point in prayer?" And that's my question I want to ask off all this. At what point in God, with God, do you stop asking for stuff in a prayer and just start saying thank you?
Well, I don't think it's never a point to where you should ask for things. I think his obedience is what's required from us on our part, and as far as with God in the relationships, I believe that just like with everything else, we done overvalue shit. We done switched it. Now we got values on stuff that don't even have value, like sex. You know what I mean? It's more money being spent on sex now than it is on child support. I
Right.
mean, we got things so out of whack to where common sense ain't common no more. Let me just say that common sense ain't common.
Absolutely.
It ain't common no more. When you think somebody, okay, well, no, man, don't do that. Damn, I had to tell him not to do that. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? At a certain age, now, of course, everybody develops differently, but at a certain age, it's certain basic little fundamentals of life that we supposed to get, and that's the part that I think we really, really humdrum on. The part that's holding us down to where we're not evolving and going forward as a people. Because there's so many little things that they cut out. When they control the narratives on all the news outlets, it's just like going into your head while you sleep and whispering something. When you wake up, that's what you're thinking about.
And I talk about that, right? So I talk about that. Y'all have heard me get on that aspect of that. When I go to sleep, I play nothing but great motivational things if I need something at night to go to sleep to. People are like, I play music, but don't understand that the music that you play is going to dictate the aspect of how you wake up. You want money, then start playing the mindset of money when you sleep, and watch how motivated you are when you get up to go get the money. Watch how motivated and creative you become. I learned that in 2017 while at a seminar with Mike, with Eric Thomas and a couple other guys, that I was putting the wrong thing into my mind. That's why I was angry all the time, listening to the wrong music. And we talk about that those things dictate us. The reason why we built the network and the station that we're building now. It amazes me sometimes that we're only 2 months old.
Still going strong. In the paint, digging out the mud, brick for brick, baby.
Yeah. Because we
Yeah.
look at the numbers sometime and we're like, nobody watched this today. Nobody, only a couple people came on. But then when we go back and I look at all the videos and I look at the light and I look at what people who hit me up about it, I'm like, dang, y'all were watching. So that goes to show you that we're being seen and everything's moving. It's just that, like I tell people, we're in the end of 2024, and getting back to my topic, sometimes you just got to wake up and say, thank you, God. I don't care what you're going through, how bad it is. Sometimes I find myself just saying thank you for even the worst problems, the worst things, the bad things that I did. Because without selling the dope, without being around the other people who were in the situation, my heart could have grew in another direction. I could be selfish. I could have been like, hey, I'm not helping nobody. Screw y'all. I need that money like everybody else.
Well,
But 20, go ahead.
it's just like you're saying. It's not screw y'all. You need the money like everybody else, Jay. It's a part of life. When we grew up, the guys that hustle, they hustle because they had to. And it's
Exactly.
like now you saying, like you got some well-off friends and they kids doing stuff that they don't need to do. And it's like, what's wrong with you? Example, I give you an example. John Morant, the NBA basketball player.
Yeah.
He running around buying guns and wanting to be cop. What are you doing? He had a mom, a dad, was raised right, sent to prep school, got all the right things he needed to get to the top of the level. Then he get to the league. Now he want to go get guns and face tattoos and all this stupid shit. It's like, huh? What's that about? And if it's about a perception, that's where I believe we missing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because life, you know, the perception is whatever somebody want to think they can think, man. You know what I mean?
Man, I swear to God, you my brother for a reason because that goes into something a white man today. I watched his whole seminar and he talked about how Cadillac stayed in the business, right? He talked about how the Great Depression hit, Cadillac was about ready to fold, but a black guy came into their office and said, "You want to keep you afloat? Then start hitting and targeting the black community." Because no car dealership is doing that. Nobody else is doing this. If you let them come in and custom design their cars, let them get creative because we have some creative people in our area. And as soon as they did that during the depression, their stock shot back up 75%.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why when you hear people say, and he said he made it very clear. The facts I don't have all together because he was just talking in the video, and I didn't go chance to go research it. But he basically was saying, so when you hear people be like, black people love Cadillacs, well, they have a reason to love Cadillac because Cadillac was the first car dealership that hired a black creator to help them design the vehicles, to help them. So when I put a post up with the video that said the power of black buying power, we, like you just said, based on saying thank you,
Right.
based on the struggle, based on going through it, we always seem to come out on top, right? We always seem. I saw my mom lose her job 3, 4 times over, but we never went hungry. Figure that out. But when I look at other races, when I look at other cultures, they don't have that mindset to figure it out. They don't have that thought
Well,
process. Go ahead.
well, it's the upbringing. It's, we talk about it almost on every show that we had on nostalgia. It's the upbringing. It's the see, we are the first, so it ain't no killing off of nigga. We gonna be here, and our mothers and fathers, they know how to survive because we were
Go
always
to your room.
cheated out of
Take them to your room because you're
everything. We
loud.
were
Sorry.
always given. So we were always cheated. We always had to make
Stop
something
playing
out
with
of
the
nothing.
dogs.
We always had to squeeze this out of that. So
Right.
that's just part of how it works. When you don't have nothing and you got to make something out of nothing. Well, whatever you make is something.
Exactly.
You get what I'm
And
saying?
and
When you don't have nothing, whatever you make is something.
and that's why I'm saying like we have to say thank you. We have to wake up on
Oh
days
yes,
and say thank you.
man.
Not to
Every day you should.
right.
Every
You,
day
you
when
should
you
be
wake up in the morning, if God give you if He wake you up, first thing you ought to do is get bent in the knee and say thank you, Lord.
exactly
Thank you.
because he helps you out of situations. And I know we both got stories, but I'm willing to share mine because in this 4 years of just being in Vegas, like that 4 years hit me, and only if you're close to me, you know exactly what happened. And I had to say thank you because I could have been locked up. I could have had 20 years on something that I didn't do, something that somebody did to me. But because we live in a system that always puts the man as the person that's doing something when it comes to a woman, it costs more of us. I understand going to jail. I understand being locked up, but I tell people all the time, sometimes I heard something today and it made so much sense to me. It's crazy, but it makes sense. Sometimes God will do something to protect you from yourself just to
I
get you
agree
where
with that.
you need to be, right?
I
And
agree with that.
the guy was talking about somebody die at 21. Well, God's called him home because he could have been so much worse. You don't know what that one incident would have brought him to. Or a guy going to jail and you're like, free so and so. Well, if so and so was out here causing all this havoc and God needed him somewhere else. Because I met some of the best people that came out of jail and became the greatest people. The church I go to right now, the pastor was a drug dealer. The other pastor, she talks about her life, that she was a prostitute and out on the streets and selling her body and doing. And when you hear these type of things, it kind of give you a reason why. Now I know why Jesus walked with us compared to walking with the kings up high. Because if
Well,
when you go ahead.
Yeah, well, he walked with us because he was from us.
Right.
You know, he came out of the house and started talking. Hey, no, this ain't right. You understand? As
Right.
soon as he got up, hey, let me go out there and tell him, Mama. She didn't want him to go out. She didn't want him to go out there because she knew it was gonna happen. He wasn't gonna be believed. And then, like I said, after they watched him heal the sick, feed the hungry, the blind, the cripple. I mean, all the miracles that they saw him do, and look what they did to him. So
Absolutely.
when we sit up here today and say, "Oh Lord, show me something, show me something, show me something," we have to be thankful and mindful of. Just think about how hard that's got to be for somebody in our generation now when we saying, "Okay, show me something." Or Lord, if it's really real, show me something. When they watched him feed 5,000 with five
And
fish,
still didn't believe.
they was right there. You know what I mean? So you have to look at all that part of it, man. It's crazy, but the thing about it is, God is good all the time, and I don't think people understand when they say that. They say God is good all the time. Well, all the time, God is good. Well, see, when bad things happen, you know, the devil is out here. Just like God is real, the devil's real.
Yes.
Just like God, just like you can bring your problems to God and give them to him, you can take them to the devil and give them to him. You know, it just depending on who you praying with, what realm you with, who you side by side with, then that's gonna determine what's gonna come back from that. It's like you
Yes.
get out of what you put into it. And if you don't put nothing in God, He not gonna come save you just to save you. I think we got a bunch of blind Christians that think, okay, well God gonna, He gonna save me. No, you got to talk to Him. You got to ask for His forgiveness. You don't
Absolutely.
just walk around just saying, okay, you forgiven. Walk up to somebody doing something wrong and say you forgiven. No, you gotta ask. And you have
Absolutely.
to ask genuinely from the heart. You gotta ask from the heart. And if you
And you have to practice that when you ask, you do your hardest not to make the same mistake. I'm not saying you
that's right.
can't make the same
That's right.
mistake,
That's
but you
right.
put everything in your power not to make the same mistake, right? And that's
That's right.
where I feel like we are failing in this new, in all three generations. I'm not even going to say this new generation. In the pat take the alphas out of the situation because they're still kids, right? But every generation before them, we're failing in that because we've been so caught up on materialistic. We don't even go out of our way to help the homeless anymore. You see more and more people, we don't go out of our way. Well, it's because the media has tricked us into thinking that everybody on the street could possibly be hustling us. But here's what
Right.
I can tell you what I saw. What I saw. So in Vegas, based on my research and what I saw going through what I went through those 4 years of hell, is what I call it. Um, a lot of the homeless people work together to help feed each other and keep and so some days most don't get more than what somebody else may get, or there may be someone there that don't hustle as hard and he's learning how to survive, so they take care of each other. I look at those as okay. Yes, there are some people who figured out because I saw it in Dallas. I saw when I lived at my townhome in Grand Prairie. I know a couple that live in the same townhome complex that go out on that bridge on 360 and hustle as if they're homeless every day. So yes, there are people that do that. I know a guy. He could go to work, but he told it. His wife says, "Hey, he's out from 8." He said it himself. I'm out from 8 in the morning till till whatever time I come in because I can make $300 a day just sitting here on the wall doing what I want to do. So I figured it out and I got it.
See, that's the Lord.
Go ahead.
Well, that's the worst. That's the worst thing that ever happened to the black man was being able to ask somebody. The thing, the way that the world works, the way that this works, all genders, all races, all continents, no matter where you at, the way that this works is you get off your ass and provide a service, and you should be given funds for that. have to figure out what that is. Everybody is different. You know, everybody ain't gonna be no doctor. Everybody ain't gonna be no football player. Everybody ain't gonna be no social influencer. So you have to figure out what your thing is, and you can get paid from it. Whether that's doing
Absolutely.
sheetrock, commercial, no matter what it is,
And
T-shirts. I mean,
and
it could
don't
be
fight with.
anything.
And the thing about that is, and not I love you, man. Like we are really connected. I love you as a brother, man. Um, the thing about that is, stop listening, or if someone didn't do something to you, stop judging them based on someone else. Because you never know the hand that can help you get where you want to be, but you choose to shake that hand because of what they did or what Johnny them. Because here's the thing: what I've learned over the years, where somebody else yells loud, the other person most of the time don't say nothing, and they never tell what happened. They just keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
But the people run to the person who yell,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
well, see the person. Yeah. He making a scene. He making, he trying to prove he right. And I had a partner that used to tell me, he said, "Say, Top, just because you loud, man, don't make you right." I said, "What?"
Absolutely.
He said, "Just because you loud, don't make you right, big old dude." And I had to stop. I had to stop and reel myself back in. Those checkpoints. It hit me. I'm like, "Whoa, what is he saying?" Because I'm so in the water, I'm saying, and I'm all belligerent, and goddamn it, you motherfucker, you say, Top, just because you loud don't make you right, man. Right
Absolutely.
is right and wrong is wrong. Calm your ass down. And if you are right, you ain't got to do all that.
And that's where I say most people miss their blessings, because we may not shake the hands with the, like you were saying prior, we may miss shaking the hands with the right person because somebody else made us believe that this right person wasn't the person that we needed to be, or
Well,
that
see, the thing,
person.
we get caught up in the, okay, Jason, let me give you an example. Say, for instance, you got Mike and Billy over there, and they,
Right.
they get into it, but both of them people that y'all been knowing each other for whatever. Now, they got into it or something. You wasn't with them when they got into it, but they got into it over something, because, they boys. You know how you niggas on the block. They hang out. When you come around, well, now, when you get back around, when you come around, maybe Mike ain't done Billy there, so he telling you what happened. Boom. Then the next morning, you call Billy, man, what happened? What's the woo woo? And he tell you what's going on. Now, both of them are trying to influence you to not like the other because you
Absolutely.
got into it. It's like, no, 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 no. Your understanding ain't my understanding. Your
Absolutely.
relationship ain't my relationship. So, in other words, and the most critical part of that is a lot of times God moves things out of your way, like y'all say, where the devil puts shit in the way.
Exactly.
You have to be real careful on that. You know what I'm saying? And,
Say
and,
that.
and
Hey,
man,
say that again,
man,
man. Say that
well,
again.
the way that we communicate, and that's the sad part about the manly figure of this generation, is that we done got so emotional, so damn emotional that okay, now you can make me mad at him, and I've been knowing this man for 30 years, and we ain't never had nothing but a straight up understanding, good love, all this, but now y'all get into it. Now I'm mad at you.
Absolutely.
That that
Yes.
that don't register to me. See, each man has a whole account for what he does and how he deals with people. So now I was a terrible asshole back when I was 20, 25. When I was 18. No, I mean terrible, Jason. I was just terrible. Do you hear me? I was out, man, look at here. I'm so glad they didn't have Twitter and all that shit. Man, look at here.
Hey, ain't that real
But
though? Hey, I'm with you. Before you go forward, I'm with you on that, bro. Cause I was a monster, and I talk about it. Y'all, we talk about it. See, what I love, just for you listeners that's out there, what I love about me and my team and what we do on this nostalgic side is we're real people with each other. We know our stories. Nigga, I was a top. You know, when you met me. When we came into each other's lives, how many people I have running in and out that studio? How many people? a beast
making
mode.
it do what it do. Well, and the thing is, like I said earlier, a lot of the stuff that I did, I just didn't have to do it. I've just been. I keep saying Jesus got me spoiled, man. And like tell people all the time, you ever seen a little spoiled kid sitting on the floor or sitting on the floor in the store and he just hollering and crying and then it was wrong and then he get what he want. That's me, Jesus, and I always been spoiled, and so I have to be real mindful and careful now as I go forward to pass our blessings as opposed to being so critical with not passing them out, if that makes sense to people,
Absolutely.
because people do things, and a lot of times they do things, and it's for attention. It's not because they're good or bad people, but they don't get the type or the proper attention that they're looking for at home. So when they go out in public, they just want people to know that you exist, that they hear. And so we have to be mindful of that. When you see your friends and they doing some stuff, stop and listen to them, man. If you got time, let them talk, smile, engage them,
Hey,
man. Cause
some
that's
of my, and not even with your friends. I'm just piggybacking on what you said, sir. Not even with your friends. Some of my best knowledge has came from a total stranger who just saw me. Let me give you an example, and then we're gonna go to commercial. I was before I came to Dallas this time. I was I pulled up to a gas station. Remember, I told you I just bought the new Land Rover, and I mean the Land Rover, Range Rover, and I pulled up to the gas station, not even paying attention. As I was going into the gas station, a young man and his daughter, he had a little daughter, 2 years old, 3 years old, maybe, walking out. I paid him no attention. Went up there, hey, I need this much amount on 12. As I was coming out, I go to the truck. This man pumped his gas and waited for me. He came over. As soon as he saw me stick the gas handle in my truck, he said, hey, I'm not trying to be rude and please don't take it offended. He was only, I didn't notice at the time, but now I can tell you he was only 25. Um, he said, I just want to, you look to be successful. What do you do? Now, the old me, top knowing where we come from, hey, nah, I ain't got nothing to say to you. Like, I don't know you, bro. I'm gonna go get my car and I'm gonna pull the fuck off. But this new redeveloped me, this new person that I am becoming and constantly growing, said, hey, this is who I am. And no, I'm not well off, but I am doing pretty well with what I do. This is what I do. That same day, I invited him over to the house. And my brother in law said, because he comes from that same hood, bro, are you crazy? You got a family now? Huh? The little guy proceeded to tell me that he's very smart. 25 years old, he know how to build website, he know how to code, he know how to do everything. Well, because nobody gave him a chance, he turned to selling powder. Now I just helped him find a lawyer from my law firm in Dallas to our sister law firm in Arizona. I mean in Las Vegas. I'm helping him beat the case. But had he not said anything to me, he would have been another kid locked up that had so much talent and so much that we can use. So he's one of the people that's joining our team. But I wouldn't have known that had I stuck in the mindset that we grow up in the hood with, right?
right, right, right. Well, as you know, when you know better, you do better. And the older we get, man, we got to put the little clamps down on it. We got to tighten it up. We got to bolden it down, cause we ain't gonna get 55 more years. You know what I mean? We
Absolutely.
so we got to be careful. Whether it's the third quarter or the fourth quarter, it's showing up the second half of our life. And so if you ain't gonna do nothing, you can polish out a lot of stuff. I ain't murdered nobody. I ain't raped nobody. I ain't took. What I mean? There's certain things that I did not do. Now it's a lot of stuff I did do. Lord knows, but you can hold yourself accountable, man, and you can do right by people and try to make sure that they life ain't the hell that yours was.
Absolutely. Let's go to this commercial break, man, because I got another topic I want to bring up. I thank you for, I love you to life, and I know that I can have this is real honest conversation, and I think that's where I'm trying to go with my show. Is I think we're going to develop a segment before we bring on our guests to have a real let's talk and be honest,
Okay.
because men are losing right now in this path. We don't want to talk to each other. We scared of what another man.
Communication is broken. You're right.
Right. All right. So guys, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Got to pay some of these bills though.
SessionLawGroup.com. That's SessionLawGroup.com. If you've been hurt in an accident, I'd like you to go to SessionLawGroup.com right now. Call Robert. He will help you take care of all of your medical bills, get your rental car, and get you paid for your pain and suffering. And there is no out-of-pocket expenses. That's SessionLawGroup.com. SessionLawGroup.com.
Next rhyme, storylines about a friend of mine. I guess we'll call him Lil Johnny this time. Now Lil Johnny lived a life of a hard knot, have not. Project born, raised by the dope spot. Now mama did what she could, but the grind was hard. The last thing he wanted to do was break the Jones hard. But in the process from growing up water, man, sometimes you lose just your reality, know what I'm saying? Now at the age of 13, Johnny saw his pop shot by a crooked cop while he was cutting school, posted on the block. So understand me when I tell you he done seen some things. Like we be popping it, baby, the Johnny Woods game. Raised in Dixon on that Trey 5-7 beat, where every
Wake up in the morning and my palms itching. When the money on your mind, nigga, gon' get it. Another bro just text my phone, that my girl bitchin'. Plus these niggas hating on me, wanting my position. These niggas wishing, wish my boo a couple racks, so now my girl straight. When I post a thing, cause you know that the world hate. Bitch, I'm from the bottom, got a million problems. Ran that bag up by myself, then ask for nothing. Bitch, I'm full throttle. Foot on the gas, foot on they neck. Tato Tatum, he gon' die by his respect. Yeah, put that on my mama, built this from nothing. Thumbing through them hundreds, know a nigga stunning. Yeah, my palms itch, palms itch. Niggas want my position, cause they know a nigga get it. Palms itch, palms itch. Niggas want my position, cause they know a nigga get it. Gotta grind hard, gotta play it smart. Fuck the bullshit, get the money, gotta do it large. Gotta grind hard, gotta grind smart. Fuck the bullshit, get the money, gotta do it large.
I said fuck selling that dope, I can jump head first into some real estate. Fuck a G a day, I can sell this property for 100K. Do it the major way, big nuts for a payday. Equity and LLCs, that's all over my dinner plate. I remember being down and out, just stuck in the mud. God had to put me on my ass just to show me what it was. I'm 10 toes down solid, nigga, you just a scrub. You ain't about it, you just talking, can't fuck with that false love. I'm just steady scheming, Willie beaming. All these bitches, they just want the semen. Yeah, I seen it, can't fuck with no bird, bitch. My nigga, she just a penguin. I leave him fiending, you wouldn't believe it. I think it and I achieve it, nigga.
Palms itch, palms itch. Niggas want my position, cause they know a nigga get it. Palms itch, palms itch. Niggas want my position, cause they know a nigga get it. Gotta grind hard, gotta play it smart. Fuck the bullshit, get the money, gotta do it large.
Gotta get the money,
gotta grind hard, gotta
the town, nothing but gangsters and clowns. I done boiled water with my mama, but she ain't used to be down. I did fighting on all my fam, so I know how to get down. My poems itchy, I'm blessed, I ain't gon' lie. Feel like I might touch me a million, but I'm stressed, I ain't gon' lie. I need my babies right here with me. Woke up this morning, think about them motherfucking bitches. I used to be horny, out here trying to rock out these little bitches. Told myself to play it smarter, play less and grind harder. I just had another daughter, but act like I ain't the father. Nigga want my position the whole time, I ain't need father. Wanna count money with all my little niggas, I was with stars.
Palms itchy, palms itchy. Niggas want my position cause they know a nigga get it. Palms itchy, palms itchy. Niggas want my position cause they know a nigga get it. Gotta grind hard, gotta play it smart. Fuck the bullshit, get the money, gotta do it large. Gotta grind hard, gotta grind smart. Fuck the bullshit, get the money, gotta do it large.
All right. Man, that was a great way to start off this segment. I always want to give honor to Christ, and I think that's where we need to start moving in at the end of 2024, because 2025, a lot of blessings are going to come, man. We're in that period of time where a lot of people are going to start winning, but you got to have the mindset of where to give thanks to. And if you start giving it to yourself, then that is what the Bible directly attributes to idolization, right? And the things that we should walk away from. And that's why I wanted to have that conversation. And I'm saying all that because leading into this next topic. So I was talking with a group of family members and they sent me a video about a young girl. And this is what the parents said to her. This was so crazy, right? The parent says, what word in the dictionary is spelled incorrectly? And then came back and said, what word in the dictionary is spelled wrong? And a little girl said, there's no word in the dictionary spelled incorrectly. And there's no word in the dictionary that's spelled wrong. That to me shows where America's school system is failing. And I see it because of the foster kids I deal with, where now your kid comes home with a piece of paper rather than a book. Your kid comes home with a laptop where they can surf the internet rather than something that's constricting them to just do their work. For that young girl not to understand the joke, and I mean, it literally, the video, it's on my page. If you want to go look at it, literally the little girl started getting so defensive, she started crying because she's like, the dictionary would be wrong if there was a word in there spelled incorrectly. Not understanding or comprehending, as I stated before, when they took comprehension out of the school system, they literally hurt our kids because they are no longer asking them to comprehend anything.
Right.
They're only asking them, do you know math? But then if you tell your child 5 plus 5 is 10, and then come back and say what other numbers can equal 10, 85% of them is proven theory. You can go look at it among the states, among the school systems. 85% of them would struggle to understand what other numbers equal 10 in that age group.
Right.
They don't understand another way to solve a problem other than how they know to do it.
Right.
And that is where we're failing as a school system, as a society. And that's what I hate that we're not talking about.
Well, yeah, because the education system, we so far behind the gun now. I don't think it's that the teachers don't want to teach it. I just believe that we've got such an influx of, I would say, illegal immigrants and immigrants from other states that's legal, And when you got kids, and if you 10 and you come from Germany, well, when you get here, you're gonna need to get right on in and pick up where you left off. Otherwise, you fall behind. Well, it's the same way uh, they have to start dropping what they teach. And where
Exactly.
it is, and it's so sad, man, because like I say, our kids don't write in cursive no more. They use computers, they use their calculators, they use their cell phones. Hell, they don't even give homework in the DISD. We don't even have homework. That's just not a word. And it's just sad because when you come home, like I say, from the time you put their phones back in their hand is back down like that at their hand the whole time. They
Right.
just walking the whole time. And I got grandkids and stuff, and I see how they respond to their technology. And I got a grandson that'll sit there, and you can be talking to him, and if he on his laptop, he'll just ignore you. I have to snatch it sometime, be like, "Hey, you hear me talking to you?
Right.
Do you
I
hear
have,
me?"
I have three foster kids that I have to do that with right now. Two of them on punishment right now. They can't touch nothing
Yeah. Do
electronic.
you hear me talking to you? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Walk in the room, and you won't even speak. But now, if they want something, they run right up to you and
Hey,
speak.
I love you. I love you. You're the greatest. Yeah. That's the society that we are building. And it bothers me because more and more parents aren't bothered by this. More and more
Again,
parents.
yeah, we got the friend parent. We don't have the mom and dad parent. We got
Absolutely.
that, we got that's my I want to be my child's friend. Well, you can't be your child's friend while they're growing up into adulthood. Y'all can become friends after you teach them certain things in life, and certain things in life are non-negotiable. And each parent know what non-negotiable means. And and what I mean is you don't do this.
And if you
And
don't, I got a dictionary that I'm going to post on my page.
well,
I'm just saying, man, because you got to look at it of all the stuff that we are going through. And I'm talking because we're coming up on the end of the year. And a lot of the things that we are going through is because of these non comprehensible situations. So, and I'm saying this to say this: you take a child that's never understood nothing but conflict in his whole life. His mom and dad did it, they did it, they did it, they fought. So, in his mind, as we program them, they are like, hey, when I handle a situation, hey, forget the talking, I'm gonna fight it out. In our society, we are deemed as punks when we want to have a conversation compared. Do you know how many fights I done stopped myself from having just by going up to the guy that I had a problem with and saying, hey, hold up, let's sit down for a minute. I avoided a lot of jail situations for that reason as well. In my hood alone, just because I could make money, I was protected by a lot of people. In this situation I just got out of, she the reason why I caught the case I caught was because she told the judge that, hey, he don't have to do nothing. He has people. But it's because I know how to make money, so people protect those people, right? But even me, I seen that as bad even at a young age. So I had to learn how to use my mouth. I had to learn to say, look, I can fight you, but if I fight you, these people coming. Because they're not gonna let you hurt me because I'm making them money.
right.
So instead of me fighting you, let's sit down and talk this out. Let's figure out what the situation is.
I see. I've always been big brother help out. So
Yeah.
I've always been the one. I've always been the one they called when it was a problem, when
Right.
something wasn't going right, or somebody felt like they was being handled the wrong way. So man, let me call my brother, and we get some understanding around this motherfucker.
I do that now.
Yeah,
I'll be like, let me call my brother because maybe I misconstrued what I said, don't I? I
yeah,
don't tell
yeah,
the truth.
yeah,
I do
yeah.
it right now. Like before I go hot, let me call my brother because if he tell me I'm wrong, then I'm gonna tell you I'm wrong. But if you say I'm not,
Right,
it's a
right,
problem.
right, right. But we're gonna see. We're gonna what the youngsters say: stand on the business. We're gonna stand
Business.
on business.
Yeah,
Whatever,
absolutely.
whatever truth is, we rolling with that. Regardless of if you right or wrong, I'm gonna tell you. But I ride with you regardless.
Absolutely. But you know, I'm gonna correct the problem. If you tell me I'm wrong and make me see that I'm wrong, then I'm gonna come back and be like, okay, I was wrong. I do that now with you. I do that with Wood. I do that with Man. I do that with the people that are in my business. I do that with the women in my life. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm not, then I'm gonna stand 10 toes down and we about ready to have it out. So comprehensible behavior says that they're not understanding how to get out of the solution. So a lot of the mental disorders, or what I like to call them mental corrections, we need to start making in our community is because they don't comprehend. I hear it a lot. I see it a lot. You see it in a lot of these videos. They don't know how to not be depressed. Why?
Right.
Because they spent their life only looking at it from one point of view. One thing happens to them and they feel like they have to be stuck in that situation. Let me tell you why I'm saying this, because I have a foster child that I love dearly. She's been through hell, been in foster care since 7. Just got her last year. Yeah, last year. Been through hell. You know what she told me yesterday? She said, got in the car with me. We were driving to the store because she likes to just have conversations with me. And she said, Dad, I'm trying to figure out how to still love people when I shouldn't want to love people. But she's so brilliant that she's figured out that, hey, I'm just going to love you. Whether you love me back or not, that's on you. But I'm not going to let it affect me. Why? That right there, we need to bottle up and throw into people.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm one of those guys that didn't have that. You know what I mean? If you done something to me, if you fucked over top it too, you were dead a quarter to three. I mean, I was one of those. If you done something to me, I wanted to know why. You know what I mean? Why would you do that to
Absolutely.
me? I didn't do that. You know what I mean? So I came back with a vengeance, and so that's such a beautiful thing. Like you said, for a kid to feel that way, saying, "Oh no, I'm just gonna love, cause love is what you're supposed to do." You
and
know what I
and
mean?
looking at it from that point of view, she's walking around in a bubble because she's like, if I'd rather be alone than to be around people who don't like me. And she does it. She literally, she loves her foster brother and sister that she with. But she's literally like, I'd rather be on my computer. She is 12, getting ready to be 13, and already applying for MIT.
Already.
And I'm like, so my thing is, she told me the other day, she said, oh no, if I believe it and I see it, this is somebody who come from brokenness. But this is what we talk about, right? Just because you come from brokenness doesn't mean that you're nobody. It means that what is your mindset? What are you looking at? And this is what we try to preach with Push, with Nostalgic, with Real Talk Dallas, with everybody's brand that I work with. We try to say it doesn't matter where you come from, is where you want to end up. And to hear this from a child, it's like, whoa, what is the problem with us as adults then?
Sad. We in a sad place, and like I said, this is a crazy time. When we was talking earlier, and we was previewing, we was talking about the show, and I was just explaining to you, this is such a crazy time to me, to where look at where we at right now. We just had a presidential election, and neither candidate was worth a damn. And
Absolutely.
at the same time, they turned down the black celebrities. They turned we going to war right now. We all on the media. We in all everybody's business. Everybody's telling everything, and it's like whoa. Now on top of that, we still in a generation of death with these youngsters. Ain't nobody talking to them and telling them what's going on. We still glorifying bullshit. Then on top of that, we got these alphabet mafia people acting like
I'm gonna drink to that.
I'm just saying, man, this is a terrible, terrible time. So, they say the darkness comes before it gets light. So it's damn sure dark, in my opinion, and that's on all aspects of
So
our culture and where we're coming from. And it's because We are the only race here. I keep saying that didn't come on their own. We are the only
Absolutely. So
here.
we don't have a choice but to accept it. You're right.
That's right. That's right. Everything we know, we done had to adopt. Everything we done created, they done took and sold and swindled us out of the rights and all that to it. So, but like we was talking earlier, still standing 10 toes down.
10
Regardless
toes.
of what's going on, we still eating. No matter how many times they knock us back, and regardless of how people feel about it, they see that we have been knocked back.
But
Now,
why don't we see?
nobody wants to own up to it. Like I didn't do it, but yeah, that was wrong. But it's a normal thing throughout the whole United States of how you handle the African American, and
Absolutely.
and it's being cultured to where now we got a society of a bunch of feminist ass little boys and supposedly aggressive women. And now this is what we going forward with. No, we ain't going out like that. We ain't going out like that because it's enough. It's enough knowledge in the situation to get it to make sure that in the end we still gonna be here like we always done been here. It's
Absolutely.
just
But
this is
my
a
question to
little
you is, so here's my great question to you again. I have another great question out of this conversation.
what's that?
When do we as African Americans start understanding that we have God's favor from the time we start?
Oh no, well I think that first we got to find out who God. We got to get back to God. You know what I mean? See, the problem with African Americans is, hell, we don't even believe Jesus is black because we ain't never seen him as black. And then when somebody paint him as black, then people say, oh well, why you got to do that? Why not if that's what the picture is described as? We got a bunch of a bunch of misinformed or totally not informed youngsters, probably from 5 years old till about 16 right now, they don't even go to church.
We
They don't
say
even go. They don't even go.
we
Some of
say
them,
the internet is a blessing to us, but to me the internet is the death of us. And
well,
I say this because, let me explain why I say it before you tell me, because I know where you're going. So let me just say this: the internet opened up a book of knowledge where before we just walked on faith and we
right,
believed.
right.
Now everybody wants to tell everybody, so is causing confusion. The devil's main rule is to cause confusion because nobody picks up the true books anymore. They go off of what they see on the internet and they read that, then they come back and try to talk about it rather than going to find the actual book and reading the actual book. I don't care what Bible you read from. If you really study ideology and theology, the way that not the way the pastors are taught, because I told you, me and my dad fell out because he was going to theology school. And at the end of the day, I don't care what your religion is. Notice I said religion because God is God. I don't care what religion you believe. Every Bible that I've studied hand on has always stated the same purposes, the same ideology of what God is. They all have a base concept. If you understand that base concept, then you understand that God talks about faith and believing more than he talks about anything. But because we are so much programmed now to go look for the knowledge, that we have missed out on what we believe in faith. You go through a struggle, just believe that God is going to get you through. You know why I say that? Because our grandparents believed it. Their parents believed it. They got through the 60s and the slavery because they had faith that it was going to change. We no longer have that. Nobody believes nothing. They just talk about it. You talk to one black person, he's talking about the universe. You talk to another black person, well, God's black and God's this. I don't care what color he is because black and all those stuffs were created by man. But when I pray, I talk to the God that I know exists because I wouldn't exist without him. We wouldn't understand what we're understanding. I don't care what those arguments are, what you try to believe. you walk into the light of what is truly real and what truth is. Because, like you said before, and this is something that I don't think people pay attention to, the devil was once an angel. So when you pray out loud, he hears what your prayers are. When you want to know knowledge and you talk it out loud, because God said, I hear you when you think. You don't even have to say it half the time. There's demons in every aspect of our life. There are monitoring demons that walk with us every day that take, you know why? Because the book of Revelation says that there are angels and demons taking a cord of everything we do every day. But only God said, hey, talk to me. So when I talk about us and I talk about favor, it's proven over the years that we have favor because we survived. Our ancestors before us survived 400 years of slavery and a 400-year stroll through the desert with the help of the God that they only talked about. Wasn't nothing written down. It was passed on from generation to generation. You had kids, I had kids. We brought them in a circle and we taught them about God. This whole dynamic that we're facing right now, the reason why comprehension is being removed in my eyes is because the less you know how to understand it, the better off they can use you. Right or wrong?
Well, I think that the less you know, the more likely you are to be used. I'll say that.
Absolutely.
I'll say that the more, see, if they can keep us like you were talking about religion, you know, how you a Baptist or how you a Southern Methodist or how you a Catholic or how you all these different forms of just one religion, Christianity, just one religion, that creates so much animosity towards each other that we never really truly get to love on each other or understand what the scripture is really trying to say when it say love your brother. It didn't say love the Mexican, love the nigga, love. It didn't say that. It didn't say that. That's not that, and then none of them says that. They all say that. They all say love your brother, love your sister.
Yes.
But we flip it on the hour. You know, I'm Southern, I'm Methodist. You know, I'm Baptist. Well, no, I'm Southern. No, I'm Catholic. No, whoa. But all y'all Christians. See that? You see how that too is too much in there to where you can just pick out what you want. I can just pick this part out. I can
Right.
just pick that part out. I can just talk about my truths, or I can just talk about the things that make me look good in there, instead of taking the whole 88 books and reading them and trying to be a better Christian. You know what I mean? Because I don't think no man is gonna ever do what Jesus did. And I see people every day talking about, we striving to be like him and all that, and to
No.
walk in that way. But I feel like he know we gonna fall short. That's why he came down. But what he wanna see is some effort.
Yeah.
He want to see some faith with works, not faith without works. What he want
Absolutely.
what he want to see is because he'll let us burn this motherfucker up. He'll let us we'll burn this
And come
motherfucker up.
back. Hey, because this is what, hey, here's one of the things that I pointed out to somebody, and I don't know who don't read the book of Revelations. I know a lot of people don't because they're scared to know what's going to happen, right? But in the book of Revelations, at the end of that book, it talks how everybody's going to heaven. It says it directly in the book. But we'll tell people that you're not going, that nobody, it says it at the end of the book. It says when Jesus first returned, there is a group that will go directly. Those are what they call the chosen ones. But the rest of us will have to stay here with him as we lay to our graves, right? So when you listen and you read that, once you grasp that comprehension that, hey, this man came to earth to save us. He came so we can have a direct channel to his dad, right? That's like me top wanting to be, it's like me, you, I want your dad to adopt me. My very first plan is to be friends with you. Because if I'm not friends with you, why would he adopt me if
That's
we
right.
don't get along?
That's right.
It's a simple concept that everybody is taking, and money has made that concept change into the ideology of, oh, well, what if we told them that they got to buy their way to heaven?
And the crazy part is they tell us the exact opposite, and we still act like we can buy our way
Way
in.
to heaven. Yeah.
It's crazy. They tell us, hey man, you can't take this money with you. You can't buy your way in. What you got to do? And we still act like we can.
Right. And we do things that hurt other people because we feel like the money. I tell everybody one of the biggest sayings I love is the richest place on earth is the cemetery. Swear to God.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of rich people in there that didn't go back and help their family, that didn't go back and help their people because they wanted to hold on to all their money. People talk about Bill Gates and what he's not doing for his kids. I commend Bill Gates. I commend Steve Harvey. I commend, hey, I built enough for you to build off of me. Because that's all legacy is. I love what Mike Tyson said. What is legacy? When I die, you'll
Right.
forget about me.
Yeah. Well, like Mike said, the legacy is only important to the person who talking about it.
Right.
Because after that, it's just a conversation of that person. What do you think your legacy gonna be? Because when you die, they gonna forget about you.
They
You know,
gonna
my
forget about you.
dad died in '06, and I can honestly tell you, I ain't had 10 people walk up to me and say nothing to me about it,
Right.
and
And
not
I,
in a bad way. Not in a bad way. I'm just in general the
in
way that
general,
the way
once you're
things.
gone, you're gone. We talk about our people when we get around people that talk about our people. But if you're
Right.
not, that's what he means. So if you're not looking at it from an aspect of, so that's why I say comprehension. That little girl, her parents were laughing when, in all honesty, you should have been really at your school. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah. That part.
You should have been at your school. You should have been at your kid's school. Like, why? She doesn't even understand this basic concept.
Yeah. That part. What we doing?
We are teaching our kids to be workers compared to, so that's why we're looked down on when we tell our kids, hey, we want to teach you how to do. One thing that I said that got me a lot of flack in 2020, well, 2022, when they let us go back to school, I basically was like, you shouldn't let your kids go back to school, keep homeschooling them. Why? Because in homeschool, and I know a lot of us can't afford it, and a lot of us can't afford to stay from home, but at the end of the day, we have to figure out a way to educate our own races, our own race, because a lot of other races have figured that out. The Jewish people have definitely figured that out.
They got it down to a tick
T.
tock T.
They
Baby,
kids
they
don't.
got it down. By the time when our kids in the 8th grade, they kids are normally doing 12th
Graduating,
grade.
going to Princeton.
Right. Right about the 9th grade, they in college. Real talk. When we just actually starting to learn what we might want to do or
And
thinking,
the reason why is because they said we will not. I told somebody the other day, y'all thought he was playing when he asked y'all to tell me a Jewish person when I was at your high school. I'll wait. There's not one, because they all went to school together, and it probably was a private school. Now, in my private school, there was tons of them.
Right. And see, that's the thing about us, though. See, when we want to go to private education and all that, we go to their facilities. We
Right.
don't have one that's ours and it's
Or-
ran right, and it's ran right. We talk right. Everybody's on the same agenda to where to where when you send your kids here, exactly what they get,
Yep.
exactly what the curriculum is, exactly what
Absolutely.
the outcome is, and making sure, like you saying, that understanding, that comprehension. Oh, they gonna get it. Then the next when somebody say that to that same this little girl, oh she'll catch you right off.
But it's like the story I told you. Remember when we first met, and I told you my two story that I talk about a lot. And this is the first time I ever said it on air. But when I talk about my story of Tyrone and Lil Johnny, and they both turned 16, They both go out to look for a job. But here's where the problem, let's just say for the instance, like I tell people who heard it for the first time, they both come from a 2-parent home, so you can't throw that variable in there. They go look for a job at the age of 16, and they turn around and they end up at the same Ford dealership. And as they end up at that dealership, they get the job. But then they find out that it's commission based. They both run home excited, right? They both run home and be like, oh man, I got this commission based job. But when Tyrone gets home, let's talk about it from that perspective. So as Tyrone gets home, he tells his parent, I got the job at the Ford dealership, but it's commission based. The parents turn around and, oh no, you need something that made money. If you come from where I come from, you heard that a lot. Now you need something that pays you right now. But little Johnny runs home and he tells his parent, hey, I got a job at the Ford dealership and it's commission based. They immediately start jumping on the phone, calling their money tree is what they call it. They start calling their friends, their family, everybody. It's called a money tree for a reason, because all those people who love you will support you and come to you. So we aren't taught those attributes. I talk about this, guys, because of the fact that at the end of the day, I was both those people. It's all me. I came from the hood, but when I got adopted by my best friend's parents, I saw the difference. They took me out of private school, took me out of public school, put me in a private school, where they asked the question of not go to school to get your diploma so you can get a good job, but they asked you the question of, what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do for a living? And they set the course curriculum around that. Crazy, right? It's a crazy concept, but it's real, because public school, what do? They teach you how to play sports. They push you through what I call the cow hurdle. You got to go to class, play sports, want to be the popular kid, want to be in that group. You see it in every movie.
Yep.
Because that's how they raise us to be. So our comprehension is what they took away, because they said, hey, we just need them to know how to add. We don't need them to understand how it really works.
Right. Well, see, the thing about it, like you were saying with the sports, they in every movie, every city throughout America, it's the same little setup. There's always a star player on the team, and everybody thinks that, he probably going to play in the pros one day. Now, but nobody talks about it to the extent of this. It's only 1% that goes to the
Absolutely.
Only 1%. Well, what is the other 99% of those guys doing? How are they going professional? What's happening with them?
They go back to work. They go work as sports broadcasters. They go to work in normal offices. I saw somebody that I knew was going to go to the pros working at McDonald's the last time I went home to Nebraska.
See? That part.
Like, those are the things. If your name wasn't up in those lights, you're not going pro. I don't care if your kid is a 5-star athlete, because let's talk about it. Let me say this. They just showed a 7-footer in the 7th grade playing against kids from the 7th grade. Of course he's going to stand out. Why? Because he's in the 7th grade. The average kid height in the 7th grade might be. And that's stretching it 5'4".
Yeah.
But who's to say by the time he gets to high school? So you know why they open up the NIL deals because they're like, let's give them the money now. Look at and I'll give you a prime example. Mikey, what is his last name? From California. He played basketball. He got in one little bit of situation where he thought he was about to go to jail. Penny Hardaway gave him a scholarship, but then waived him right before the season started because he was facing a felony. Now he's at UCF and he's actually having to earn. But because when the school he came from Cali, he was dominating because he played in a charter school system.
Okay.
and he was killing them. But if you play this in a charter school system, if y'all don't know how that works, is you basically play against the same kids every year. You don't go outside that system. So, but it makes you look like you're a star performer. LeBron did it. Carmelo did it. That's why your kids go off to this charter school system and you don't see them during the whole year because they live in the dorms.
Right.
They live with the people. That's why LeBron they transferred over to Oak Hill Academy compared to playing in the projects. See what I'm saying? Those things work. And those systems do work in America because they limit them to what they're doing and what they have going on.
Only 1%. But it still only makes up 1%.
Right. And that's why I'm saying the 1%ers, you're absolutely right. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm validifying what you're saying. That 1% is stupid. But us as parents, these new NIL deals have us as parents chalking our kids up. Get this money now. It was a 9-year-old. A 9-year-old signed a $9 million deal. You don't know what's going to happen to that kid in 2 years.
He might not even want to play sports by the time he's 15.
But he gonna take that $9 million his parents are and be like, hey, we good. They probably rolling around in Lexus. I give the one person that I see really using NIL the way they should is Flau'jae.
Okay.
Because she loves rap and basketball equally. So she knows that one may dominate the other at some point. But if you ask her, is she looking to go to the WNBA? She's like, no, not even on her list of things to do. But she knows if she goes, her fame will rise. But she's already planning for that not to happen by buying the 20 acres of land, by doing this and doing that to make sure that if she don't go, she don't care about the fame. She cares more about setting her family up correctly. And though that's because her mom is her mom, and a lot of us aren't that way. She understands and comprehends the business behind it. A lot of these athletes don't comprehend. A lot of these kids don't comprehend. That is the purpose of why I'm doing this, because to hear that little girl not understand what her parents were saying about incorrectly being in the dictionary, they were talking about the word, not that something was spelled incorrectly. They kept saying the word wrong is in the dictionary. There is a word wrong in the dictionary.
Right.
But because she didn't comprehend, your phone and your computers don't teach you how to comprehend. They just teach you, hey, Google, spell this. And you know, I'm the number one person to tell you that I can't spell worth nothing. So what do you think helps me fix all my documents? But let's take this commercial break, and we got our last little leg to go on. I got one more topic, bro.
Already, buddy. Let's do it.
Hold on, I gotta find the commercial because I've been, man, I these little things like this. We're gonna do this commercial for my sister. If y'all haven't tasted it in Dallas, Gloria's Gherkin Pickles, I need y'all to go to Big T and grab it or go online.
It's tongue-teasing
and palate-pleasing. The original gourmet exotic flavored pickles.
I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. I would like 3 chicken wing with the fried rice. Used to eat Chinese on the late nights. Had to land with a hater who would throw shade wife. Box like an ocean, I ain't think twice. Turned into Larry Bird, homie, that's a great white. Spell victory on the lips, then she get dismissed. When you kiss, tell me what it tastes like. If she ain't thick, then you know the face nice. If it got a switch, then the cake's baked right. Back at HU, used to hit Ho Chi, laid up in Cook Hall, couldn't get no sleep. Mambo sauce, fried rice, 4 wings. Gotta step around a dope fiend when I leave. Y'all know me, high be smoke free, but I'm higher than the kite that you let go free. Train wreck, peer pressure by the homies. Now I'm sitting in the coop looking like Smokey, acting like I'm finna OD. Brody like chill, you good for real. Just a little weed, you ain't take no pills. All you probably need is a late night meal. Tried to explain I'm a drinker, he cut me off. Told me ride with him in the drop. We gon' pick it up, but I'm putting in the order now. What you want from the Chinese spot? I be like,
hello, China One. Okay, what y'all order?
let me get a
3 rings, chicken fried rice, 1 egg roll,
man. Let me get a
soy sauce, no duck sauce. Okay, 15 minutes.
I be like, I would like 3 chicken wings with the fried rice. I be like, I would like
Soul Town Entertainment.
This for all my trail riders, or if you love a good hole in the wall, you know there's only one rule. Gotta bring your own bottle. Yeah. You gotta bring your own bottle.
I got my girl Queen today.
I got my own bottle.
And Big Yayo.
You can bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle. Now if you like to party and have a good time, come and meet me on the dance floor. That's where it goes down. Now if you want me to turn around and back it up, I like a man with a full-grown beard and it gotta be tatted up. And we gon' celebrate and party all night long. Just tell me what you're drinking, baby, then we can get it on. And don't forget the chicken wings, fried fish and fries. So whatever you drink, gotta bring your own bottle. You gotta bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle. You can bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle. Now we can find us a trail ride or a nice little hole in the wall. I put it on you in a sexy 2-piece or even in some grandma drawers. I need a man who can satisfy me 7 days a week. And you can keep your little funky 40, cause they ain't doing shit for me. And we gon' celebrate and party all night long. Just tell me what you're drinking, baby, then we can get it on. And don't forget the chicken wings, fried fish and fries. So whatever you drink, gotta bring your own bottle. You gotta bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle. You can bring your own bottle. He got his own bottle.
Bring that in, so you can smell it on my skin. I may bring that crime, cause it'll make me get on down. My girl Danae, she said she like that goose. And when she's on that goose, she gon' get real loose. You can understand the words are coming out of my mouth. We party all over the world, east, west, north, and south. Come on. Yayo and Queen Danae came to make you holla.
Gotta bring your own bottle.
Gotta bring.
You gotta bring your own bottle.
Gotta bring.
He got his own bottle. You can bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle.
Hey, that's what we gonna do. We gonna bring our own bottle always. What's up? Nah, but we gonna always bring our own bottle. Shout out to Danae. Now we know coming to her party, we gotta bring our own bottles.
That's right. Well, you know, we always do anyway. So
Anyway, so it ain't no big deal.
no,
you
that's
just
how
gave
we do.
you just gave us permission.
Yeah, reach in my
Um,
pocket, come out with that hand.
right. Hey, so our next topic, bro, lead, and it all lines up. You see how they all line up together, right? So
Mhm.
our next topic, I found a video where the guy was stating that so while they were on a talk show, the girl was beautiful and she kept interrupting other guys as they were talking. Like she kept cutting them off. But guys wanted to say something, but he made a good point. He said that when you're beautiful and guys want to smash, they'll lie. They'll lie to you. He was like, I've been sitting here and I'm watching y'all try to talk and she keeps cutting y'all off. You know why? Because she doesn't realize she's rude as fuck. Only because y'all want to fuck. And at the end of the day, she thinks it's because she's smart. But I'm trying to prove a point that she's not even getting right now because I'm trying to show her that if a woman is beautiful, most guys will let her do what she want to do just because I'm trying to smash. And you're out here trying, and beautiful women are out here trying to figure out why the girls who aren't as beautiful as you are getting married and having families and living a great life. Is because we may only want to smash you, so we'll lie to you. And once we lie to you, then we have no respect for you.
Well, yeah, you know, you gotta think about that high mileage ass pussy.
I knew you were gonna say that.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And, you know, the prettier the woman, the more charm she done had at it.
Hey, I told my sons that. I told them, I told my sons when they were younger, I said, listen, let me tell you guys how to maneuver through high school. I said, first, you look at the girl you want. The girl you really want, just take it that everybody else in the school really want. They normally end up being the prom queen, the cheerleader, the thing like that. They probably end up, I said, but take a group of 10 women, classify the first three that say the first three in that 10 are probably the finest. That's that 1% group, right? That's the finest people that you're going to see. Then the next, the 4, 5, 6, 7, those are those group of people that we kind of are good friends with. We be like, that's my friend. That's my friend. But we never try to talk to her because we're steady trying to talk to her other girlfriend who look a lot better, right? Then I said the end of it, the last three are normally the ones we never look at because they just not appealing to us in high school. But what I found out in life and what I turned to them and said, if you choose somebody from that middle three, you're probably going to win. Why? Because that middle three, they don't look ugly. They look just right. And what they probably are focused on is more school, brains, going to get their education. And those are the ones that when I walked out of college, I would see those and be like, damn. Because the ones that were the first top three, like you said, and that's what I'm confirming, that they were ran through. They probably got 8 or 9 kids by the time I come back from college. They probably got this, and that. Then the last three, they probably, 2 of them probably developed out of that swan, and now they look beautiful, but they were kind of ugly in high school, so they just focus on their education. Now they look great because they got the money to make them look great, right? But now they have a grudge to hold, so you don't want them. But that middle team, they're the ones that are humble, will love you to life, make sure you have everything you want, but we don't want those people. For some reason, we skip past those people until we get to a point in our life where we done been through hell with the first 2 groups. Then we like, oh, now I see you. Those are the ones that get married. Those are the ones that have great families. Those are the ones because their focus was about them. So those are the ones that don't come with the insecurities. They don't come with the problems. So when he was pointing that out, I was like, you absolutely right. Never thought about that. Never even looked at it that way.
Yeah.
Most of the ones in that first group, that's the crazy part, Top. And you don't know it because you don't know what you don't know until you get there.
Right. Right. Well, see, the thing about women and choosing a mate is, see, women they choose men. Men don't choose women. And
Absolutely.
and if we could understand that part of it, it would settle out. But we lose so many youngsters now. That's my girl. Oh, that's my girl. Now he done shot him. Now he dead. Now he in jail. So
And what they do? Hold on, before you go there, what they do? Go choose somebody else. And
I was just finna say before the cell gates are locked, before your ass can go to court, somebody else already in your bungalow.
absolutely.
And he allowed to be sitting outside in the car while she up there talking to you for 15 or 20 minutes.
Knowing you ain't getting out no time soon.
No, well, again though, and he probably one of your partners, one of your buddies, somebody else that you done grind with. And now man, it's so messy, man. But I agree with what you're saying. I mean, I understand. Oof. The thing about a mate, man, you only get one soulmate. So in life, they said that all the women are supposed to be virgins and all the men are supposed to have the experience. I don't know who they fucking if that's the case, but uh, I mean it is. It's we treat it in such a harsh manner to where the girls ain't supposed to have no experience, but the boys are.
Yeah.
Well, damn. Well, who got the experience? The only one with the experience? Oh, we call them hoes. Oh, but that's the one everybody want to be with.
Right. That's the one everybody chasing. Let you find out that a girl give Gok 5,000. You
Now,
running.
on every day, every day, every day, and you ain't even trying to make it your girl.
You just want that. That
You
part
trying
of
to
it.
you trying to get swallowed up. What TDJ say? Swallowed,
Hey,
swallowed.
prayers out to TD Jakes. He did have a stroke Sunday. So prayers out to him, but I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying. I mean, and the thing about that is, man, when you was talking about the first 3 to 1%, and it's a marriage thing for them too. They're just not for the average guy because they are eye candy. And so when you have eye candy, you have what you call trophy wives. And then from the trophy wives, then you go to the NBA wives and the NFL wives and
Right.
Major League Baseball wives. And these are women that just, when you look at them, it's like, God damn.
Right.
And the thing that I tell people is, you can find a bad woman in every city, every corner, every Walmart. You can walk in there and see the baddest broad you ever seen in your life.
Right.
So we got to get off of the gas and get more into why do we love them? What are we trying to love? See, a lot of times women, they draw certain things because they dress a certain way. They wear their hair a
Right.
certain way. You send out signals and you're going to get something back. It just depends on what you
Absolutely.
send out. So as a
Hey, it's
youngster,
like throwing bait in the ocean.
yeah,
If I throw
yeah,
out a little bit of fish, I'm gonna grab a little bitty fish. But if I throw out that bait, they got that steak on there, I'm gonna pull that shark, right? That's what it is.
exactly. But when we talk about our kids, though, and they being young and not understanding, it's just like you told your boys, man. You got to be mindful of where you put your weeder, man, because if not, you end up getting used and messed around, and now you're not happy. Now you're not in your kids' life the way you would like to be or you want to be. And all that's because we got a little too zealous, a little too hyper, we move too quick to smash.
Yeah.
We out with our boys, and I'm finna go get her, and now we hooked up, and we do things so unresponsible.
Hey, and we put ourselves in. Let me add on to that with you, and you agree with me if you like. But we put ourselves being that way. We put ourselves in predicaments, right? And I just talked to my friend about this the other day. So one of my boys called me, and before I came here, and was like, his sister's birthday party. Let's go bowl. They're going bowling. Come with me. So I went with him, We taking shots, we doing everything. And he got mad at me because I left early. He was like, "What's going on?" I said, "Because here's what I realized, and here's what I understand in my newfound walk. That the old me, as I saw those pretty girls bowling the ball and the liquor kicked in, I already knew what I was headed for, right?"
Right.
So,
Come here.
but me having to come back and realize that I have a great thing compared to a something I think will be good. Because I had to do the math in my head, like Jason, because the devil starts talking to you, right? He starts telling you, "Hey, look at her. She's smiling at you. She doing," and that's where we get caught up. And so when he called me the next day, he said, "Bro, I took your leverage and I left." And I say, "Yeah, because you would have lost your whole home based on somebody who don't even give a fuck. They were there to entice you." And that's where you have to, we as men have to start looking at that. Because here's the thing. I like what you said about women, they choose us. But at one point, that wasn't the case. And we went away from that because men started losing the confidence. Because rich men started making normal men look obsolete.
Exactly.
So, but rich men were using women and abusing them. So those women were coming down to us normal men to find a safe spot.
Yeah.
Then they started getting better and understanding how to make money. So now us normal people who go to work every day, build something, have ambition, have a dream, they don't want to get behind us, but it takes that middle group that sees our ambition. The best thing about love is when the person you love sees who you are outside of what you have right now. Right or wrong.
Well, the best part about love is love. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I got that part. Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
second best thing.
No,
The
no,
second
no.
thing.
But I'm with you. I'm with you on that. You feel me? That's the best part about love is when somebody really love you and they say, "Okay, yeah, I got you." And that don't mean they gonna finance you and all that. That mean they got your back. They there in the right mindset. They there giving you the right vibe. They there giving you the right push. They there doing an honest observation. Let me say that. And they may not know who's who. They may not know what's what, but they can give you an honest observation about the energies that you're dealing with every day. That's
Exactly.
that's bringing you up and down and
Hey,
up and
you heard what
down.
you heard what he said, young men out there listening, and people who gonna watch this video later. Like, understand, and I'm talking to the men right now because nobody ever talks to the men. They always talk about the girls, and the girls always talk bad about the men. I'm talking to the young men. When you find a great woman and she tells you that, "Hey, that ain't really your boy," I need you to understand that because it's something that happened that she don't want to get in the middle of. And I'll tell you why I say this. And when I turned 21, one of my best friends, my girl, I argued with somebody I love. We bought a house together, was living together. I argued with her for that whole night because at my birthday party, she told me that this friend tried to get at her and pull her into a room and talk down on me and talk bad about me. But I was like, nah, that can't be it. Well, my experience over the years, I learned that, listen, just like women will come after men when they see that a girl got you and you got a ring on your finger. You know why women come after you when you put that ring on your finger? Because they, in their mind, they're like, "Oh, he's a good dude. He take care of home. He do this. He do that. He got her smiling. I could do the same. So let me go throw it to her." It's the same way with men, bro. Men will see a woman that somebody loved, that another man really is like, "I got her, whatever she need," and will try to go break that code and not care.
Well, I can see all that. I can see all that happening. I can see that perspective. See, for me, personally, it ain't never been nothing that I wanted to do or an angle that we went about. So, or the way that we went about stuff down here, like I said, we did things different. But I do understand what you're saying. If a woman see a ring on your finger. Oh, they just shooting at you. They shooting at you. And if they don't
Hey.
shoot, they gonna where your wedding ring at. I know you're married, but they want to know. They want to know. I'm telling you, and they are hunters now, as opposed to
Absolutely.
what we used to do the hunting. Like you said, we used to be the hunters. No, now they the hunters. Now they decide if they gonna talk to you. It's like, well, I didn't want to talk to you. Oh, you sizing me up. What you sizing me up for? Ain't no play.
Absolutely. Hey, that's the whole key. Exactly what you said when it comes down to that. So when he brought the point up, I was like, oh yeah, this is a topic for me and Top, because at the end of the day, we got to understand that now the women are doing what men used to do. Now women are looking at what you do and how you run and how you move and who you messing with and who you know, so that they can get ahead. And that the same, I think this was so heavy on my heart because, around about this year in 2020 is when everything happened to me. And so it's like to hear that, for it to pop up in my feed and him to talk about it, for every topic we talked about to come up, I was just like, man, okay, it's not meant for me to have a guest. I don't even care. I told my guest, like, hey, can I move you back? Because these topics have to be talked about. We live in a world now where everybody is using everybody, but we're blaming other people and we're blaming victimizers and we want to play victim, right? Everybody wants a title of something, good or bad.
Yeah, well, it's like everything has got to be important. I'm a homosexual. I'm a heterosexual. I'm a Christian. I'm a Muslim. I'm black. I'm white. It's like, whoa. See, my thing is, we get so carried away with all these rights and who's important and what's important and what we trying to talk about and want to bring to the table for discussion and litigation. And my thing is this: there should only be one set of rules, guys, and I'm gonna stand on this to the day I die. Human rights.
Right.
It shouldn't matter what color you are. It shouldn't matter with who you sleep with. Nah, you got one set of rights, and they should all be transparent across the board.
Do you have a place to live? Can you eat every day?
That's
I got
right. Just regular stuff. Normal stuff. Your personal stuff should not be a part of litigation. If it's a personal problem, it should not be a part of public litigation.
right.
Because you don't need nobody to tell you what you can and can't do in your bedroom.
Hey, I told somebody the other day, I said, what I hate about America is public knowledge. I hate that somebody can just go pay a system to run a background check on you. I understand it. That's not what I'm saying. So let's make that clear. I hate that it's open to the public to do it. You know why? Because dating has become so much a problem because of that.
They still date now?
Nah, I do. I'm old school, but these new, but dating has been so much of a problem of that because I feel like as men, we don't think about running a background check. It's not part of our thought process. We are still old school and we still just want to get to know you. So we want to find out everything. That's the great part of the journey. But women, they are now so addicted to doing a background check that you will end up with the rich man that beats your ass every day because he controls the money, because you passed up on the man that had one flaw on his background or his credit wasn't right, but you don't know his story behind it. You just looked at the piece of paper. That's the same way I talk about people who get felonies. I'm like, stop looking at the paper because you don't know why this man did what he had to do, why this woman did what she had to do. You don't know. Like we say about the ABC alphabet community, at the end of the day, go to jail and watch what they label you. They'll tell you that you can be whatever you want out here, but get into a bit of trouble and watch what jail they put you in. That'll let you know what they really think about your ignorant asses.
Well, that'll let you know what you are.
Yeah,
You can't play with everybody, and you can't
exactly.
play with everything. And if you're a
And,
boy, your
and
ass going to the
I
boys'
apologize. I
penitentiary.
didn't mean ignorant like that. I just mean that most people from that community don't want to accept what's real. So exactly what you're saying,
No,
Top, is what I
yeah,
should have
no,
said.
no, yeah, no. But ignorant just means not knowing. We on the same page.
Yeah,
Ignorant, that's what it means. Is not knowing. So that's the same. It's the same scenario. But no. See, the government will deal with your ass straight up when they get a hold
right,
to you. So now, when you out here footloose and fancy free and bullshitting, okay, get into some trouble, like you just said, and you'll find out if you're a boy or girl.
right,
They don't give a shit what you got on when they address you. They don't give a shit who you laying in bed with, just got out the bed with,
right.
who you doing having fellatios with. They don't care nothing about none of that. You,
Absolutely.
when they come to that door and they ask you for your ID, and that you could be in a dress and your ID say Darren, your ass going to the boys' penitentiary.
Absolutely. And that's the whole thing. Say hi. Say hi, Z.
Hi.
Hey, mama, how you doing, sweetie?
Nah, this a boy.
I can't.
This is Z. Come this way.
Oh, okay.
And he'll let you know he's a boy's boy.
Already.
But
Ain't
no,
nothing wrong with
and that's what I'm saying, Top. At the end of the day, you have to look at it and you have to say, hey, I tell everybody, go to jail. You don't know what you are? Go to jail.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out. You're okay. You're okay.
And see, my thing is, it works so perfectly because if you're a boy and you want to be a girl, and they send you in there with the boys, guess what they gonna treat you like?
A girl.
That's right. That's right. And if you're a girl and you want to be a boy, and they send you to the girl penitentiary, you get what I'm saying? See, it all works itself out.
Absolutely. And that's why I say what I say. And I love my family and my people, not because I'm coming across or coming off, or we don't come off like I said, we have family members, we have friends, we have people in that community that don't even respect that community because of the way that it is going. And I just, like I said, we talk about these things. What that boy said on that video about how you choose and what these women think is the reason why a lot of men are locked up. It's the reason why a lot of men do a lot of crazy things behind women. We say it's about the other thing because I can't say it because he's with me right now. But we say it's about that, but it's really about feelings and emotions, right? No, you're okay.
Right.
You're okay.
All
We're
right,
you
then.
don't have to cover your ears. We say it's about feelings and emotions, but it's about the emotions of if you tell me you love me every day, if I get up and go to work for you every day, if I get up and grind out to build what we have, and then you turn around and hurt me, do I not have the right emotional stabilization to come back and get what I feel like you owe me? Same way for a woman. If she gets up every day and grind and grind and grind, and you're sitting on the couch playing with your friends, video games, and she's coming in to pay to work and you cheat on her, if she stabs you in the heart, hey, you reap what you sow. So we got to start paying attention about what we're sowing. And in this day and age, they don't care about what they're sowing. They don't care about what they're laying down was my whole point.
Well, yeah. It's no honor among. We have no honor. You know, we talk about it every day, man. We talk about the lack of honesty, the lack of morals, the lack of understanding. We just don't get it. But it's a beautiful thing when a man finds a wife. So I'll say that part of it.
Right.
The it's a beautiful thing when a man looking for a wife too, but that's something.
And that's absolutely true. When you get to play the field and you get to move around, that's a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But when
You know,
you find
that's a
that
good thing.
one,
But
when you find that one,
when you find that one and only, the one that's gonna hold you down. Oh, not now you done found
absolutely.
yourself to just talk, and now that's what you call a godsend. See, that's when you find out how God worked for you. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, man, when He send you one, when it's the right one, it shows, and that don't mean it's gonna be easy, because they all kind of cuckoo, if you ask me. But No,
I,
seriously.
no,
But
seriously, absolutely.
but you have to figure out which one is your kind of cuckoo that you can deal with. You know what I mean? Just like I'm pretty sure that they look at us and be like, man, all those brothers they just a little off. They're a little. But
Absolutely.
when you find the one that you can deal with that kind of cuckoo, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because we got PSD, we got PSD here,
Yeah, absolutely.
and
We do.
and it's
And
and it's not nothing that's gonna go away
you
in
said
10
that
years
before.
and all that. It's something that we got to work on daily.
And that
We got to
everybody needs to come to a conclusion that at first part is admitting this, and I started realizing why they say that. First part is understanding that you have it. The second part is understanding that first let me fix me, then I will search for who else I want to be with. But that third part is the intricate part because once I fix me, do I allow someone else who is broken to come in? Do I try to fix them or do I say no?
Well, see, the thing is, you can't fix nobody else.
Right.
See, when you're broken, that's you have to find somebody that has
Before you
fixed
know it.
themselves like you has fixed yourself. When we going through our little old whatever we be going through, she got to fix herself and come to grips like we do. But what the key to that is when you get together, is you don't want to mistreat her because of how you were treated in your last relationship, and she don't need to mistreat you because of how she was treated in her last relationship. See,
Yep.
the thing about a relationship is having relations. See, whenever you talk and you communicate and you are in a relationship with somebody, if you're doing it honestly and you're not trying to hurt them and being malice, now you're working with something that's godlike. But
Right.
anytime you trying to compete, wanting to be competitive, this now that probably ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work no way. Anytime you got a woman trying to run a man or a man trying to run a woman, that ain't gonna work. That's just not how life is. And at this time, that's not how it's supposed to be. So, well, I'm not like that's not how it's supposed to be in this time. It shouldn't be that way in no time. But right now, we right now, I'm trying to put my words right.
No, you're
What I'm
good.
trying to say.
No, you're good. But at the end of the day, it just boils down to because we're about to wrap up. So I might as well just go ahead and say this. Hey, everything that we talked about today, it all boils down just to give you guys a plan or an idea of what's happening in 2024. Everything that's going on, everything that's happening in 2025, I don't think we're going to be able to take that into the new year because it's already showing to correct itself, right? The period of time frame has basically been correcting itself in this year from everybody who's been mistreating to walking on people to stepping on people. It's like God is putting his hand in, but we're not seeing it. And I'm saying this because even throughout the social media, you're seeing more and more people running to God. Whatever God they believe in, that's not my question. The fact that more and more people are starting to believe is because they're starting to see his hand at work. So we need to wake up and start paying attention to the actions. So that means in return, start paying attention to your kids more. Start paying more attention to what they do, how they think, because the devil's main thing is to attack our kids first. If they can, it's not about us. We're grown. We develop a mindset. He can't control us if he didn't get us early, right? So, but our kids are still influential, and everything that's happening, especially little boys at this point, because if you guys keep thinking that sex trafficking is about little girls, you are absolutely wrong. Yes, they are a high number, but that number is not higher than the little boys that are coming up missing that you don't see on the TV shows or the news. They're not talking about it unless you do the research.
Yeah, you start talking about the sex trafficking. That just gets under my skin. So
Yeah, but I wasn't trying to get into that. I'm just trying to go back and wrap up what we talked about because it's coming up on your 5 minutes of wrap up right now.
Oh yeah. What you were saying was, it just, I don't know, man. It just, that messing with kids. That just, oh Lord, that just does something to me. And I come from a history of a bunch of crazy shit. So
Yeah.
uh,
And we all
it's
do.
terrible.
We all do.
It's terrible. And I don't know, anybody that bothers kids, I think they should be dealt with swiftly and very harsh, in my own personal opinion. And I don't care nothing about what they sick about, what they talking about, they went through. If you went through it, then you know you're wrong. And I would say 9 out of 10 of them went through it.
Absolutely.
That's the most amazing part. That's the most amazing part. Is something can happen to you, and then you can turn around when you get grown and justify doing something to somebody else.
Absolutely.
That part of that sickness has really destroyed me and my philosophy and my way of thinking, because I have certain people that I don't let hang around my grandkids. I don't let them don't come to my house. I mean, and it's so sad because it's hard to function with a family like that.
Right. Because you want your family time to be great. You want to associate. You want to do things, but at the same time, you have something to protect. Right.
Right. And like I say, everybody know Bubba crazy. Everybody know what Bubba be doing. Everybody know what Big Big doing. Everybody know what Cousin John over there doing. You know what I mean? There's a reason why he like he is, and his sister like she is, and so on and so on. But say, guys, we're getting close to 9 o'clock. I want to wrap it up. And I want all y'all, man, to stay blessed, you know what I mean, and stay favored, man, because y'all know Jesus got me spoiled. Everybody favored, y'all understand me? And that's Ronnie B and Late George, boy. And I want to tell y'all, this Nostalgia Radio family thing, man, is real. It's going down. We're looking for more shows. Y'all go on out, put in if you want one, and we can hook you up with some free shows to get you going. Hey, man, we got so much stuff going on. Tomorrow night, we got the Woody Wood Show. And Thursday night, we got Street Made TV. Both of those are at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m., y'all. And then Monday, we got this same show with my brother Jason Dixon. And y'all know tomorrow now on Tuesdays. Oh, man, y'all know what it is on Tuesdays. Because I'm going to lean in. I got a subject tomorrow that touched me so hard that, I'm just crying on the inside. I'm still crying about it. But I'm going to put it out there tomorrow. We're going to discuss it in some depth. And, Jason, it'd be nice.
I'm coming on.
And chip with me a little bit. But either way, say, man, y'all be on the lookout, man. And y'all stay down, man. And y'all do what's good with each other, man, and love on each other, and try to get back to planting these seeds and raising these gardens.
Woke up 7:45, whole tears in my eyes. I know gangsters don't cry, but mama, you on my mind. Damn, what did I do to deserve this? Wasn't for my daughter, probably crashed out on purpose. Trying to run from the pain, so I run up a knot. I still remember what you told me, shit'll get off the pot. And shit, I still ain't at the top. So why the fuck the people hate me for the little I got? Damn, wish I could call you baby. Know that 3-piece from Halls used to drive you crazy. I couldn't get that Mercedes, but I got your 300. No job, bad credit. You like, boy, how you done it? Ain't live the life that you together, I promise. Turn nothing into something, I learned that from my mama. Worth of it, worth the twine and myself, we love you. Biggest obstacles in life, couldn't budge, our mother. So we in beast mode. Love your fam, protect your fam, that's the G code. Your blood, my blood, so it's up, only weak fold. Ride together, slide together, that's how we roll. Worth to teach us, yeah. Took me 4 years just to write this rap. Like how I'm supposed to put my feelings on a motherfucking track. I say it took me 4 years just to write this rap. Like how I'm supposed to put my feelings on a motherfucking track for you. I made this song for you. I made this song for you. I made this song for my mom. I made this song for you. I made this song for you. I made this song for my mama. I made this song for you. I made this song for you. I made this song for my mama. I made this song for you. I made this song for you. I made this song for my mama. Oh Lord, my God.
Hey, you guys, I know we jumped out of there pretty quick. I just had an emergency come in, so I do apologize. But go ahead, Top, finish up. I do apologize.
Oh, no. Everything was gravy, man. I just want y'all to stay blessed, man. Because I told y'all, Jesus got me spoiled, and I'm highly favored. You know, I keep telling y'all, that's from Lonnie B. and Lay Joyce, boy. You heard me? Nostalgic Radio, man. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock, man. Y'all tune in, because I got one that I'm probably going to lean in on it for most of the show.
And I want y'all to know, too. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's just a hell of a thing, and it's something that needs to be addressed and touched. Go ahead, Jay.
And just know that on Wednesday, we do have a new show that I'm so excited about called Wisdom and Tea. Excuse me. With Wisdom and Tea with Christine. And I can't wait to see the show, man. She got some great guests coming. Like I said, like my bro said, if y'all got other shows, please go to nostalgicradio.online. Fill out the form on the homepage that say, do you want to be a host? Right now, we are taking on shows as long as you have great concepts. We're not here, as you guys see, we're not here about the nonsense. I don't care about the gossip with celebrities. We're talking about real issues. Yes, we do talk about celebrities because of what they're going through, not what they're doing, right? So, guys, if you have a show, please come see us. If you are an artist, we have some things about ready to pop off that will help you monetize and actually make money off of your music as long as you're set up correctly. So just watch out for that. But everybody, to my nostalgic family, I love you guys. And man, we are growing big. I can't wait to see what's coming in 2025. You guys have a great night. We're out.
Thank you, Lord.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man. You're awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Suppress my feelings, I'd rather y'all kill me so I can shout to the heavens till one of them angels hit me. When you standing on the top, all you can do is look down, but I'm on the ground looking up, so all I can do now is push. Yeah, I gotta hustle, I gotta grind, I gotta struggle through the labyrinth of life, and every turn is a new puzzle. So I'm looking to these heavens, yeah, they help me, but they offer no rebuttal. So I push, I gotta hustle, I gotta grind, I gotta struggle through this labyrinth of life, and every turn is a new puzzle. So I'm looking to these heavens, yeah, they help me, but they offer no rebuttal. So I say, air dude wanna make moves, hot-headed niggas wearing ice just to keep cool. The niggas that can't fight keep tools, you gotta keep one too. For the fact anybody could try you, I said that anything can happen, could be gone in a minute. So from dusk till dawn, put on until I'm finished. I'm striding through life like a nigga long-winded, never sprinting, searching for that meal ticket. I ain't trying to miss it, cause life's real, and it always gave me chills. But as you get older, it gets colder. I got this knife in my back with the devil on my shoulder. I'm waiting for my angel to guide me right on the other, but he never showed up, and I'm tired of looking over in my